Okay, hey everybody, this is Matt with Clio Coffee. I've been getting a lot of interest lately in our private label program, so I kind of want to go through and talk about some of the talking points that we have and answer some of the frequently asked questions that have been coming up lately. I'm going to kind of cruise through this presentation that I put together that somewhat evolved from a frequently asked question list that I was putting together. That has now evolved again into this kind of video slideshow that is also going to evolve into a little bit of a blog post or document that kind of delves a little bit more into some of these topics here. So without any further ado, let's do this. If you're looking for a private label program, this video is going to answer a lot of questions for you. So make sure you stick around to the end so that you can get all the information and also our contact information so that we can dive a little bit deeper into the conversation and get you the information that you're looking for. We're going to skip past this one here because this slide right here pertains specifically and solely to influencers. So not exactly applicable in the broader scheme of private label. However, it's probably worth noting that private label within the influencer sphere is huge right now. But I've decided that I'm just going to turn this completely into a separate post in and of itself. So let's just go to the next one here. So why private label? A private label program gives you the distinct advantage of furthering your brand with an engaging physical product. So from a consumer research standpoint, private label is actually outperforming many national brands as consumers opt for products from retailers they know, like, and trust. Much like the relationship that many influencers have with their followers. It's a natural fit. So kind of going back to that first slide, again, we get into the influencer sphere here a little bit, but private label is an incredible opportunity for corporations. It's an incredible opportunity for people that own cafes, that own grocery stores, just pretty much anybody that's looking to further their engagement and deepen the relationship with their customers. Private label is a good option for you. So how it works. Basically, we just provide our coffee in your packaging. It's really quite simple. There's a couple different ways that you can get the coffee distributed to you. You can order in one large piece. Let's just say, for example, a minimum on a certain type of coffee or a certain type of packaging option is 500 pieces. We would fulfill those 500 pieces, send it off to you, send you a bill, wash our hands, and then we're done with it. Maybe follow up with you in a few months afterwards to see how things are going and seeing if you're interested in reordering. However, that would be the first scenario. The second scenario would be something in the case of, let's say that you're a cafe and you've got 3 or 4 coffee shops in operation and you want to start private labeling wholesale coffee into your cafe in bulk and in retail units. So in that situation, you would order your normal 100 pounds a week from us in your bags, and you would also order a case or 2 of the retail units in your packaging as well and send that off to your cafe. The third option would be we do drop shipping for you. So in that scenario, it's more along the lines of the e-commerce operator that has a website online, or going back to the influencer model, they're an influencer and they have a e-commerce sites, for example, Shopify or WooCommerce or Wix or any of the other e-commerce platforms out there, where you're receiving orders through that platform, and then we're shipping the product out to your customers with your packaging on it, with your shipping information, with your labels. It essentially is going to look like it's coming from you. However, we would be doing the roasting, packing, shipping, and fulfilling. Anyway, that's how it works. I intended that to be a very short slide. However, it was not, because describing the nuts and bolts of a private label program is a little more involved. So why would you want to work with Clio Coffee? Well, first of all, we are, I think, one of the only private label coffee roasters out there that has award-winning coffee. We just got a few awards actually for 4 different coffees at the Golden Bean 2022. Yeah, so award-winning coffee, professional affiliation. We are connected with the Specialty Coffee Association and the Specialty Coffee Association Roasters Guild. And that basically just keeps us up to date on industry trends and make sure that we are offering the absolute best coffee we can possibly get. And then this last one here, sustainability driven. We're members of the 1% for the Planet. And basically, this just goes to show that we have sustainability in mind with everything that we're doing when it comes to our green coffee purchasing, our packaging options, etc. Who we are not for. So this is kind of an important slide here. So you see over here, this illustration I have, square peg round hole. We are specialty coffee roasters through and through. So you're not exactly going to find the cheapest coffee here with us. Again, like I said, we only offer specialty coffee, and that does come with the price. What you will be guaranteed is that we have the absolute best coffee, but also the absolute best service. I don't really think that anybody's going to be able to match us in the amount of work that we go through to try to make sure that we are providing the highest level of value and service to our customers. So those are the two commitments that we can make. The last commitment that I can make is that we will always offer you a fair price, but we're never going to offer the lowest price. So coffee selections. Okay. So aside from the coffee blends that we have that I showed you a little bit earlier, some of which we won the awards for, we also have access to pretty much any coffee out there in the environment. We can get coffees from Central and South America, Africa, Indonesia, pretty much from any coffee growing region. We have logistics in place to be able to get that. We can also get fair trade coffees, organic coffees, shade grown coffees, Rainforest Alliance, pretty much any coffee that you can get, we can get our hands on. We have the logistics in place for that. And then last but not least, decaffeinated coffee. There's a lot of people out there that drink decaffeinated coffee. Surprisingly, you might snub your nose at it, but there are a lot of people out there that prefer decaffeinated coffee, or they can only have decaffeinated coffee for medical reasons. So decaffeinated coffee actually holds a very near and dear place to our heart here at Clio Coffee, and we take it very seriously. So that is actually one of the coffees that we won the silver medal award for at the Golden Bean just a few months ago. So moving on, packaging options. So really the world, or the sky's the limit here. You can go anywhere with your packaging. If you've seen it out there, we can get it. It's anywhere from stand-up pouches and 4 ounces to 5-pound side gusseted bags. We can get anything. So that's a discussion that we would have a little bit further down the road as we start talking about packaging options and design options. So segue into the design options here. Hot stamp. This is what the hot stamp options would look like. Here's a little bit of a description of what the prices are. And then digital printing is this here. You can see that you can print on all 4 sides of the package on these, fronts and sides, backs. I believe you can even print on the bottoms on some of these as well. Don't hold me to that one. But just know that digital printing, I think that we have a minimum here. Yeah, this minimum right here for digital printing. This is for side gusseted bags. It's not necessarily for like block bottom bags. So just keep in mind that some of the packaging options that you might be interested in and some of the printing options you're interested in are not available in every material or packaging concept, I guess, if that makes sense. Okay, K-Cups. This is a whole nother discussion here. K-Cups, yes, we can do K-Cups. However, the minimum order quantity is very high. It's about 14,500, and a single run is about $10,000 to get an entire full custom product ran off. So if that's something you're interested in, we can definitely do it. However, just know that this isn't something that you can just buy 100 of and be done with. There's a huge commitment. So just make sure that you have the demand in place for the commitment for a run of for a run of K-Cups. Okay, drop shipping. We talked about this a little bit earlier. This, again, is one of the places that we really pride ourselves on. Drop shipping benefits. Basically, leverage your time and resources by doing the tasks that create the most value for your brand while leaving the production and fulfillment tasks to us. So, again, if you're an influencer, just keep influencing. If you own a corporation, or if you own a service business, or you're a cafe or a grocery store, just keep doing what you're doing. We'll do what we do best. We'll put our coffee in your package, send it off to you, lick a stamp, and be done with it. So we have that taken care of. Also, if you already have an e-commerce store, again, I think I mentioned them a little bit earlier, Wix, Woo, all of the e-commerce stores, our API directly correlates with most every e-commerce provider out there. So get with us, but I could probably tell you with 98% confidence that whatever e-commerce platform you're using, we have complete integration with it. So moving on, drop shipping costs. So these are some of the costs that you can expect when working with us. Account management fee. This is the fee that basically just allows us to be able to have the infrastructure in place to get your orders in and out. Everything else is kind of self-explanatory here. $5 a box for receiving, $5 for shipping. Pick pack, it's all right there. You can take a look at that, or you can do a screen grab of it so you have it for your records later. And then our coffee cost. This is kind of what you can expect for the coffee cost when working with us. We do hover in this 85 to 84 point range. I would say more like the 86 to 84 point range. So you can expect our coffee to cost around $10 to $12 per pound. All right, so what's next? If you have any further questions, you can reach out to us by phone, email. If you're seeing this on YouTube or some other social media, you can just leave a comment. We stay pretty active on all that, so we'll be able to pick your comments up and respond back to you there, and then continue the conversation later on, either again by telephone or we can hop on a Zoom and show you some of the designs that we've done in the past, and show you some examples of projects that we're currently working on or have worked on in the past, and then maybe give you a little bit more inspiration for the project that you have coming up. So that's all I have for you. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button and the subscribe button and all that other fun stuff that makes me cool on YouTube or wherever you're seeing this. And yeah, thanks for watching. Again, Matt, Cleo Coffee. Have a good day.